No, wait. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, go. This is FF9, all cards. Starting the game, we're gonna be getting all the cards. And I don't remember if I got this. I think like I did. As per usual, we're calling him the Bish. How are we doing in FF bot, mates? 103. Oh, we made it to 106, actually. Difference. Didn't want cursor map. Come on, steal it already. What is this? Mates, Master, let's go. I didn't install the freeze, right? I need to configure the turbo. Couldn't accept X. During the cutscene. I don't remember how I set up the turbo last time. Oh, yeah, okay, got it. Turbo, let's go! I got also made a new set of 10 pairs of winter socks. My feet was freezing beyond belief the past few days. And I do have socks, obviously, but like very thin ones. So I got some really thick ones that I haven't tried yet. They turns out today is not super cold. Probably put them later, more towards the night. So while I was at the market, the person who was in front of me was he narrated his ID in a way that I never seen. Like for I don't remember exactly why, but you know, like the cashier asked for the ID, and instead of saying like 99965, you know, he went and said 9,540,026,000, like, you know, like that. I was like, whoa, that's one way to say your ID. Why would you say the number? You have to specify the unit. So that was peculiar. Or maybe that guy was doing it to be purposely for annoying. He was definitely on his 60s, I think. So maybe it's just like an old man thing. I don't know, but because he got ID'd. No. It has something to do with his down coupons or whatever. Buy them. That's how we did it back in my day. You will say 9,400,026,000. The Final Fantasy IV quick question about the character we don't see sometimes could also technically be Cain. Thoughts? I don't remember. What was the question exactly? Oh no, it's Edward. Because he just hides and goes away. Oh yeah. Yeah, you could say Cain too, I guess. I never pass on an opportunity to shit on Edward. Hey, Trustes. Hello. You made it to the beginning, mate. How are you doing, sire? Was not enough. And if they say anything but Edward, it unlocks Edward as a character. And I make him as bad as possible to prove my point. Alright, I'm gonna fail this, but that's okay. Yo, we got a Hando. It's every night when I go to bed, I keep thinking on ideas. Season 5. I think it's gonna be the best one. Even though it's gonna be far less customizable than this one. Jobs and all that, right? I think it's gonna be the most fun one to discover. One thing that I was thinking on buying and I actually didn't end up buying was meat for a stew. And the meat was cheap. I've gotten 1.5 kilos for like about $6 or so, which is a lot. Some potatoes, some wine, and boom, I will have just stew for several days. But the reason I didn't do it is because cooking would probably take some time. Even though I could get like once, you know, and like food for several days. During the marathon, probably not a great idea. Because I was feeling bad already because I was so late already. If on top of asking for 1 extra hour before starting, I go and take another hour to cook, it's gonna be bad. So I got other things instead that were so cheap, but you know, open and ready, sandwiches and stuff like that. Today is day number 20 on the marathon, by the way, mates. We are well on our way to beat the 33 days PB on the previous marathon. It doesn't feel like 20 days has passed, right, at all. Am I even on the party? I don't think I am. 39. Yo, pop quiz, mates. Roberta. Taco Supreme. Somebody's hungry. Time's up, no bonus. Oh, it's hot. I still have the cursor on memory, right? I will wait here. 1 minute beer. Oi, I'm back. Really want to try the new menus out. Now that I figured them out, just run, dude. I'll make no sense. Alright, first thing we're doing is disabling the cursor memory. I forgot to do it. Yeah. Alright, let's take him. So sleepy. Hey, 1L. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Okay. Stole the broadsword. Wonderfully useless critical. Yo, we're doing pretty well, all things considered. In New Game Plus 103. Don't even have a full party. Not here. Like the worst screen to have an encounter with this party. Let's get baby. You know, at the end of the day, this is the PC version, right? But this was the original model on PlayStation 1. The fact that the PlayStation 1 could move graphics like this to me was like sort of insane. Whoa, what a crit! No way. Now that was a useful crit. That actually saved time. Okay, let's see. Let's do that. That. So are we? Only two. Okay. Well, we clearly need another battle. Alright, mates. Everybody join. Catch. This is football! Yep. Thank you for the flute. We are totally not gonna be annoying this Moogle constantly, right, mates? I think the corner of the door. I'm back, mates. Okay, we still need to level up Zidane to at least level 3, because otherwise the next boss is gonna be a giant issue. Join counters, hello. Counters! I God, I was just worried there for a second. Amazing, and it's a bug attack. Okay, level 3. Will do. Oh, and level 4 even. How did that happen? Well, the bad side of this is my Steiner is extremely weak now, so he's likely not gonna be surviving the Black Waltz 2 battle. Not even with Fire Escape. In fact, if I don't do Fire Escape, I think we're gonna be in trouble. Or I could just farm one encounter on the way out of the cavern and solve every problem. We have to heal. Would be too risky not to. Pretty sure we can attack here, actually. Avoid one potion. Oh yeah, actually super good. Seriously? Okay. Wasted trance. Maybe not. Actually save it one turn. Save it maybe like 5 seconds. Because the trance animation is also like very long. So it doesn't like give you like one full turn, you know? Or like half a turn. Oop. Holy moly, I was worried there for a second. I wonder if I'm gonna have to end up doing the Tired Chocobo minigame. I think so, because I need to go to the Chocobo Paradise for a couple of cards, right? Nice tunes, Gilgamesh. Mates, this is the most messed up city in the entire FF9. They are doing literal human trafficking in the basement on this town. Sounds fair. Yeah. It's just brutal, mate. Like, you think it's super peaceful because of the music and the vibes and all that. No. It's completely messed up, mate. They're running like a gangster operation down there. Terrible, mate. Leader 3. Nine Priest. Feeder Hats. Yo, Magic. Hello. Oh, you're swapping to Rydia. Going, mate. How are you? I'm doing great, mate. I got the fridge full of food today. So feeling good. Just stuck there. Food. Yeah. And I got gazpacho too. One of my all-time favorites. Speaking of, I'm gonna put it back. Fridge. Bath. Right, I'm back. Yes, sir. We're gonna be focusing on the cards mostly towards the end. Once we're at the DS4. I almost forgot. Forgetting that menu would have been a huge blunder. I kinda love how the text boxes are so slow in FF9. So slow. To the point that you even have enough time to enter on the house even if you go at full speed. Normally in the console version you have to wait a little bit so the old man can get in. But the PC version text boxes are just too slow. No way! What is that raid, my youth? Sire, the champion of champions, the legend, the FF9 all stealer from bosses king. Yo, how are you doing, mate? How was your streaming? I'm assuming you were doing FF9, all steals. Yo, big shoutouts to Metako, mates. He's been a great supporter for my project with the FF pod. Has helped behind the scenes quite a lot. Big shoutouts to him. And yo, Jimbo! Hello! Oh, it's 9 for you. So far, so good. We're just at the start. It's mostly gonna be any percent up until the DS4. Then on the DS4, I'm gonna go around the world gathering cards. That's gonna take a bit. Hey, Rathil, hello. Welcome in, mate. I read your document for suggestions. I took note of a few of them. I'm gonna be implementing. Alright, Metako, go. Time to speedrun shopping. Thank you again for the raid, mate. Okay, messed this up a little bit, but whatever. I'm not sure if we trigger the fire escape because it was 2 standing attacks, but whatever. We'll do it this way. We should be Gucci for the next season. Oh, you guys have plenty of time. Still, I haven't really announced it yet when I want to release the season 5. I still don't know when. when I want to do it. But don't expect it until like December or January, so you guys have plenty of time still. Everybody join the boss battle, by the way, mates. Let's make a giant party. Yeah, it should be fine. That's insane that you guys can go. New plus 1000. I don't know if the setup is gonna work anymore on the season 4 setup. Because the new patch is gonna bring a lot of like character changes and nerfs to Sage and things like that. Like, I'm not really targeting at aiming that party composition, but it might just happen regardless. Like, indirectly. Whoa, the remake looks beautiful. Sorry, remaster. Hey, easy. It looks very, very good, yeah. It doesn't play as good as the original, but it looks beautiful. And I wish they did the FF8 remaster treatment the same as this, to be honest. Maybe one day we'll have FF7, 8, and 9 pixel remasters. He was always afraid of flying. Oh, I actually didn't remember that. Well, it is definitely a strong thing. It breaks the game in a way that was not intended, so it's getting nerfed is kind of expected. It's mostly, well, I don't know if it's mostly because of that, but I think a big culprit is Sage. Right now, Sage, in the latest patch, and it's gonna remain like that for the rest of the season, has a bug where if you heal in AoE, instead of giving limit break to 2 characters, it gives limit break to 22 characters, overlapping and everything. It gives limit break 22 times. So if you stack healing in AoE plus Sage, you just get permanent limit break pretty much. Sadly, we didn't catch that until like a month later or so. At that point, it was too late. I guess since you guys are here, I can mention one of the plans for Season 5. Actually, not for Season 5. This is gonna be a global change. This is gonna affect all the seasons. There's gonna be a new mechanic called Awakening. When you play with one character for 100 victories, something will happen to the character forever. Steiner, he's always afraid of frogs in his armor, if I'm correct. Oh, those weird like oogloops, right? Yeah. To be fair, most of the characters are afraid of those, right? They're supposed to be like super creepy and like a gag. And Zidane is always scared of people stepping on his tail. Accident. Well, it's not 100%, I think. We always had times where the enemy breakers on characters did not feel on some rounds. Yeah, it's kind of like RNG. It's like the way the bug works is it's supposed to be giving enemy break to 2 characters that are not themselves, right? But that happens for every instant that there is a player present in the party. So it happens 11 times. So it just triggers Sage 11 times in a row. Is what happens. Tak and I were still tweaking our party even last week. Not to mention it's so crazy what you can do with all the job things and all. It's too bad the jobs are gone in Season 5, eh? But Season 4 will always be playable, at least. And always return to that. Exactly. That's how the bug works. It's fixed here on this FF bot we have running on my channel. So we have it bug free. But that's not a change that has made it into the official version. Mostly because it's very annoying to make streamers, you know, like don't load and read-on-load and read-on-load and read-on-load every time there is like a little patch. Which usually happens at the beginning of each season, right? Start rolling like hot fixes, emergency hot fixes, for like really broken stuff. But after a while, after 4 or 5 hot fixes, I try not to roll more patches up until the next season. And I thought I was giving a priority to characters that have no full limit break and work to limit the overall limit break charges. No, there was no, it's just a bug. It's just RNG. Can be any 2 characters per instance that it procs. And you know, also Sage doesn't give limit break to himself ever. Never on the list. There's a nasty bug that one of my mods always have a lot of fun with, and that is Dark Cecil plus Ranger. Because I messed up the order on one thing. Like there was one bad line of code. If you have Ranger, what happens is it just attacks the entire party. So Dark Cecil sabotages the whole party if you have Ranger. That's fixed already on my version, but it's on the official. I always try to avoid Dark Cecil and Ranger. Yuffie is mega OP on this season 2. She's getting nerfed on season 5. Same reason as why nerfed Fujin and then Bartz, because it's a one charge limit breaker, right? But she has full potency of a full limit break. But other than that, a lot of characters are gonna get buffs by the Seer Awakening system that is gonna be coming in Season 5. Yeah, if you can get a lot of buffs that work well with her limit break. The idea is I want the bot to be in a situation where nobody should feel pressure that they have to use one character, right? You can literally use any character and they will all work very well for progress. That's the ideal world. In practice, it's nearly impossible to balance 140 characters at this point. There is always gonna be outliners, there's always gonna be a few characters that are stronger than the others naturally, or some compositions that are just stronger than others. But with buffs and nerfs, every patch I try to get closer to that. Limblun! This is my favorite town in the game. It's massive, I think. It's probably one of the like most massive towns in the classic Final Fantasies. I think it's bigger than Midgar in terms of like screens and all that. Midgar literally is like 5 or 6 screens tops. There's the Wall Market, the House of Aeris, and the Dams. Seven Heaven, that's it. Some character feel all in how their care wars and how anti-synergy with their kids or certain jobs. Yeah, exactly. It's why also every season I always bring reworks. Now Season 5, like the seasonal mechanic is gonna be way smaller than the job system, right? Most of the bulk of the changes is gonna be on bringing like all characters and new global mechanics more than like a big seasonal theme like Season 4 was. So in a sense, Season 5 is gonna feel smaller, but the game is gonna change a lot on the patch. It's likely it's gonna be shorter too. We'll see, because I haven't begun like full development yet on it. I've just been designing the document, or doing a design document for a couple of months now. Yo, Seti Lara, bringing the giant ham. The giant Mughal ham. Yo, hello, mate. How are you doing today? Jambon Ham Kupo. Like the pics on Discord? Oh, I haven't checked it. 8 images. Holy camoli. I'm trying to focus here. One video, what's the video? Lol. Dancing in the rain. Well, rip that cosplay. Lol. Oh man, I'm trying to focus here on the game, and I can't. Too distracted. Balancing jobs with that many characters is probably impossible in itself, yeah, so having fewer variables in it. And it's probably gonna be new for picking on the game. Yep. It's likely also that because it's gonna be like a smaller in scope seasonal mechanic itself, it's also gonna be disliked by like many players too, most likely. This way it is. Sometimes I always try to make seasons have very different flavors. Sometimes it's more chill, sometimes it's more casual, sometimes it's more hardcore. You always have to have different flavor, or else it will be too samey. Alright, so I guess I gotta do this, right? City FF10 Gauntlet has some nasty surprises, yeah. And wait for the FF6 Gauntlet. It's gonna be even harder. Yeah, BFA actively needs to be stopped. Just the lane get a turn in. The best. It's almost mandatory on high new game classes, even for this, right? We tend to chill a lot here, so we don't sweat too much if we lose. But if you want like progress, the best thing is to have like a daughter with initiative and just burn it instantly. I wanted to theory graph a team that can do everything while tanking damage and not lasting bosses. Physical damage is one of the things I can't get around. It just kills you. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can burn the bosses. What you can do? Put shields. But to be honest, the bot is designed in a way that I guess it's different when you play solo, because when you play solo, you are sort of almost expected to, you know, you have to win. Yeah, I'll explain in a second. I mean, so you're sort of expected to win when you are like single player, right? Even if you doesn't, it just feels bad. But in a multiplayer game like this, it's kind of designed for streamers, right? So they can engage with their chats and all that. So I try to make runs last 30 minutes tops. That's the goal. So that way, so that way, you know, more people can join in, they can rotate the parties, they can, you know, that's the idea. The bad side of this season has been that once a party gets made, they become almost unkillable and they advance like for 5 hours on a single run. That kinda like kills the rotating aspect, fortunately. I was thinking of a party tank with a lot of support, jobs, car, magic damage, a bit physical. One-shots him sometimes, yeah. Yeah, so all the bosses are designed so they outscale your stat growth, right? Typically. But because of the job system is so cracked, you can actually beat bosses that normally they can one-shot you, right? So that creates an issue. you advance on to the next New Game Plus, and you still beat it, even though everybody will get one-shotted by everything, right? And then you advance on the next one, and you still beat it, because it's like a really good party with lots of jobs and, you know, like very well-designed party. So there is a point, they get one-tapped by something, and it feels bad. It's kind of like, oh my god, this is so difficult. But it's only because they are like 5 New Game Pluses ahead of what they should be with their stats. And at that point, it's a problem. Then they somehow scrap a party, and eventually they pass it, and it repeats the cycle like that, you know? Where the stats never are really catching up at all. And, like, the parties are advancing too fast. Yeah, we're almost at 1 TV. Oh yeah, well, I don't mean the infinite party. That's like the perfect party, right? That the bosses cannot do anything. But I mean more like in normal Season 4, normal channel parties. Like what you normally observe in any FFbot user. So that's another reason why I'm also making the last season less complicated, like giving less insane tools. Still gonna be interesting, I think. I think still gonna be like a good, fun season to play. But expect the runs to last like half an hour or so tops, and, you know, like advance slowly, New Game Plus by New Game Plus, instead of doing runs that beat 5 New Game Pluses only to get one tapped. Yeah. That's the philosophy behind the new season. Obviously, Season 4 is always gonna remain super busted, and it's always gonna be possible to come back to it, even on the latest patch. Because I definitely wanted Season 4 to have that flavor of like hyper sweaty customization. That was the idea back then. That's gonna remain like that. I will return to that in Season 6. But for now, I'm keeping everything under wraps. I will start announcing towards December mechanics and changes little by little. Oh, no bonking city, no! No bonking. The doctor told me that I should quit getting bonked. I was ready for sure. Getting the party together to work like it does. Now, it was a few weeks of intense testing, out of trial and error. Yep, but that also is fun on its own. That's what I wanted Season 4 to be. Basically, we tested the waters with that with Season 3, right? We passed from a simple idle game where you just watch cool things happen to actually customizing parties in Season 3. And then on Season 4, I just blow it out of the sky with that same concept. Hey, Anuf, welcome back. I miss this. You can always play the remaster easy. I think it's on sale at the moment. I think it's on sale on the Switch. I saw just like a couple of days ago. It'll be on Steam too. Very much will doubt this game is worth more than $12. What remastery, Elite? What remastery indeed? Well, there is some. Then we kept it hidden until we could snipe at the top spot. Lol. The bait and switch. What games do you talk about? We're talking about FFbot and how successful it has been on the latest season. A remastery on FFbot. Nice, yes. Technically, my bot right here is a remaster of an old bot that I used to run on this channel too. It was called Dissidia bot back then, and it was the same concept, but it was just PNGs, right? I did it in Sami. Unfortunately, because my computer died around that time, I lost all the files and everything. I never backed it up or did anything with it, right? So I started from scratch and did a remaster, but this time making like a proper game with animations and, you know, like doing it in Godot engine. And that's FFbot. So technically, you guys are playing a remaster of an old game. We also wanted to get Metua in really bad, but in the end, Ash is just a better version of him. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, even Metuba is gonna get Awakening, so maybe it improves a lot, mate. But to be honest, I didn't Metuba to be like super OP or anything like that. I didn't design any of the special characters to be super OP, minus one small incident that we shall not talk about here. One very small oversight that I got. But usually the special characters tend to be, you know, more simple, and I try to add Easter eggs onto them instead, you know, like little small things. For example, Metuba can play the tuba, the streamer can. I did that for Seer. He got second place, right, on the Season 3 leaderboard. He asked for Vegeta from Dragon Ball, and his kit is just fairly basic, right? It's just physical attacks, that's it. Like, no gimmicks, no shenanigans, but I make sure to give him animations where he destroys the stage and stuff like that, you know? Just as an Easter egg, the same way that Metuba, the fact that you can play the tuba. That was the idea of behind the special characters. Like, not being, like, particularly OP, but, you know, just fun. Main reason is because I wanted to avoid people, which has happened anyways, by the way. I wanted to avoid other streamers and other viewers going like, oh my god, they are using all these special characters and they're like super OP and we cannot have access to them. That's some bullshit. And it has happened regardless. It is what it is. That's another reason why I'm making all the characters available on unlock, like optionally unlocked for everybody. I even got a bad review by one person that was very angry. Like he put a bad review on each, accusing the game to be fun, but I reward cheaters and things like that for and rewarding special characters that are super OP, so the rich get richer and things like that. And like gamers should not support this type of games. And I was like, whoa, so what do you mean cheaters? I said that he did not really seem to know the game at all that well. Yeah, it is what it is, but you know, at the end of the day, it is my fault because I kinda leave everything to look that way, even if it is not that way. Yeah. But I understand because it's if you are like a tourist on the game and you see it, right, and you start going on the new game classes and you want to get to the top and all that, you start to get in, and then you see that other streamers have like other characters that arguably look better. The reason why it look better is because, you know, they got like 6 jaws, perfectly built, perfectly, you know. But then you see that and you go like, oh my god, and he has this amazing character, why can we not access it, you know? And then you figure out, oh, it's because the creator gave it only to them, you know? It's a little bit not a good look. So even though it's true that the characters are not OP in any way, it doesn't look good, is what I try to say. I mean, that character was strong as hell and probably contributed to early lead. I can see people frustrated by that. Yeah, I did ended up emergency nerfing quite a lot. I did overtune it a little bit. Yeah, because at the end of the day, even though we have leaderboards and all that, there isn't really like real competition, right? I'm not giving any rewards on season 4. It's just mostly for bragging rights and, you know, like helping get connectivity between streamers and their communities. That's all there is. Like, I don't think if anybody gets frustrated because they're not in the top 3, I think they're playing my game wrong, because that's not the focus at all, or it shouldn't be the focus at all. On roof 25 5 10. We'll have another one. Like, I'm not trying to run IE Sports here, you know, trying to run like a good, cool tool for Final Fantasy streamers to use, you know, to have viewers engage, you know, to come out of lurking and chat, things like that. The challenge you lay down when you say infinite should not be possible anymore. Yeah, I know. Okay, just so you know, I'm fairly sure it's impossible. The infinite combo should not be possible anymore on season 5. That I guarantee you. Not this time. Kinda funny that I ended up more broken this season than the previous one. I was so cocky about it. Like, nah, it's not possible, guys. It's nerfed. Well, if I can let me break off other cards, it will probably truly impossible. It's definitely gonna be more focus on like season 0, 1 and 2. Slowly building stats, dual bans, slowly on new game classes. Now that's what in theory I want it to happen. Or I'm building it. If it happens or not is a different story. I also want to add a lot of cool things, you know? Yeah, and there's something else I need to change in that regard. Because if a boss queues a turn, but then they get delayed, they still get the turn. I thought I fixed that, but I thought I fixed that, but apparently I did not. I need to take a look at that too. Frustrates me sometimes is that when one character kills the boss, another has full. At the moment, let me break next character, turns get ready, and even if you don't take the net, I guess empty. Yeah, that one is gonna be very difficult to fix, however, because it's more like a problem with the inner core of how I handle turns. There is a small chance that that one might not be fixed for next season. One of those that if it happens, it happens. But we'll see. I have it on my design note, on my design document to try to fix it. Like, my design document is like 15 pages long at this point. Why did the Phoenix down? Damn it. Well, I forgot in the PC remaster it doesn't auto red character. Also, whenever I add new mechanics, I also have to be always very careful to not overbloat the game. Overbloating is a issue that is very noticeable to new players. When suddenly you start playing the game and whoa, there is just numbers everywhere and variables on all the like 5,000 things, like it's too complicated, you know? But for that being one of the few gripes I have with the game, it really is well made. Especially when you consider that it's a one-man job, yeah. Well, thank you, mate. It comes from pure passion and lots of feedback, lots of feedback. I've been reworking too on aligning system in FFbot. Should be visible. Leader race killer. What kind of system? Aligning system, like visuals. Looks a bit more octopusy. There is gloom. There is lining. The particles do shine, and emit lining. All that. It's less visible in bright backgrounds like that, but it's more noticeable in dark backgrounds. Nice. Oh no, it's fine, mate. You don't have to worry about that. Like, it's all a learning experience for me too, mate. In the past, I have not taken feedback always good. I try to be better. I don't have to stay for situation. I can just get a little bit. Well, I appreciate it, mate. But obviously, just so you know, it's not your like it shouldn't be your fault or your responsibility to, you know, like having to be careful with me, if that makes sense. Obviously, if I respond badly to feedback, it's more like a me problem. It's my fault. So it is true that sometimes people give me feedback and I just internally think it's absolutely outlandish, right? It's kind of like, if I implement this, it's gonna be such a terrible idea, right? Like that type of thing. But one thing I learned is I should not reply with, oh, that's awful. Like, if I do that, then this will happen. Like, I should not try to correct or try to be right. That invalidates the feedback itself, you know, and that's bad. Something as a developer you should never do. You should study and take notes from good feedback and not invalidate the bad feedback, because the bad feedback usually comes from a place that might not be obvious to the person giving the feedback itself. Like, let's say one random thing. For example, this one comes a lot. Pretty much every streamer has always says this, right? This is the number one thing, and that is Braska Final Aeons hits too hard. Literally everybody says it, right? But it doesn't come from, like, of course I could nerf Braska Final Aeon, right? But I think the problem is not Braska Final Aeon itself, but more like an issue of me not having enough characters or enough opportunities to apply the correct debuffs, like attack down or burn or things like that. Because when you go and check the numbers, oh, he has exactly the same stats as Ultimisia, for example. So it's not a problem with Braska itself, but it's more like a problem with me not delivering like enough opportunities to deal with that type of damage. What they want the game to be and how they can maximize their fun, that is not really helpful most of the time. Yeah, well, it happens. But you know, it usually comes from a good place. It's kind of like they can clearly see a problem, even if the problem has a few more layers below. And it's usually better to tackle the layers below so the upper parts get fixed, if that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. So that's the type of problem I will aim to fix rather than nerfing FBA. Just giving more opportunities to do stuff. Like a Tidus, for example, with initiative will work, but how do I make it so, you know, more opportunities like that arise? And that adds flavor and more gameplay mechanics to the bot that I think is more fun than just straight up nerfing the attack. That is one example of like many. And over the seasons, over and over and over, I have always tried to fix problems that way, by introducing more opportunities rather than just straight up nerfing or like making the game easier on numbers. For example, in Season 3, we got exactly the same issue. There was almost no way to mitigate damage. What they did for Season 4, introduce the barrier system and the shields. Oh, the bosses are too tanky in Season 3 and we cannot beat them no matter how much attack we stack. Well, I introduced the defense down, break mechanic, instead of buffing the players. That's the approach I try to go with when designing solutions. It gives more tools to play with, and suddenly you turn a problem in the game into a puzzle. Man, protect kills. To balance and keep in mention and purpose why I put it in mind, not always easy, and I'm biased too. Yeah. No, of course, you don't have to justify it. You can just give the feedback, mate. Straight away. You don't have to worry about that. The feedback is not meant to hurt. The feedback is meant to, you know, make the game better, or how you will perceive it to be better. I usually take into consideration all feedback. Like, I not always put the solutions as they are described, but I keep it in mind and I give, like, you know, tools for the job. Season 4 got a lot of that, why it was so much more well received as Season 3 ever was. Obviously, still there is problems, right? There is always gonna be problems, there's always gonna be unbalance, and there's always gonna be outliners. It's always gonna be a work in progress. Yeah, but then it's a bit not perfect because it can still happen that Praska gets the first turn, and having Tidus with initiative, I mean, it's ideal, but it's not always practical. Like, unless you have one person in the chat, like, dedicated to, you know, interactions like that, which sometimes people do. Like, instead of making, like, a sweaty build, they try to be more active and swap characters for the right situation. But it's a lot of work for them, I will imagine. So not ideal. Yep. Yeah. And at the end of the day, this is a bot designed for, like, multiplayers, right? To have, like, 11 persons over there, like, looking at the game and chatting about it. It's, all these problems tend to happen more with parties that are, like, 3 persons playing and the rest is bots. They can't really, like, tackle everything as they would want to. But at the end of the day, I cannot cater to everyone. I can cater to the strengths of the bot, which is the multiplayer aspect. Playing solo is possible and viable, and I think there is, like, it's fine to me. I don't see a problem with it, but it's always gonna be not idea, I think. You're always gonna be a little bit uphill compared to, like, a true multiplayer. Think about us playing hard mode. Easy. Yeah. Not only is possible, a lot of people has told me that I should ban the use of bots and all that, but I just don't want to, because I don't care if people use bots. Like, whatever is... If for people it's more fun to play it kinda solo or with bots, by all means, I mean. You know? If it is more fun for you, it's more fun for me too. Type of thing. So I don't want to go on approaches like that of banning bots. And not only that, it would also not be very possible. If Twitch cannot ban bots, what hope do I have to ban bots? You know? If Twitch itself cannot detect them, what hope do I have? So that's one of those things that even in the event I wanted to have it look full legit, only real persons, no multi-accounts, no bots, and nothing like that, even then it would be impossible to fully tackle the issue. That was the idea when Taco and I had it when we went at the bot party. They're like not really bots or macros. Taco put every command himself and did everything, which I found insane. Damn. That was a lot of... that should have taken so much work. You know, that type of things I just don't want to eliminate from the bot, because I think it's cool too. Limit the SDK. Yep. It is pretty good. I think Metako has to be the most hardcore streamer when it comes to her bot. I literally saw him with like 10 screens on stream at one time. I was like, whoa! No, that's dedication. My man. Massive respect. Give me a second, mates. My cat has cleared it up. Oh yeah, and I love it. Metako has been a great supporter in the background too. Especially giving, you know, like, not feedback, like direct feedback, like that, like you are doing, also, but also like more psychological feedback, how to tackle things better and all that. It's been very helpful. Anyways, big PRV. Alright, I'm back. We were both hyped when we got the team to work. Yeah. I remember he was saying for a while, oh, you don't know what's coming, everybody. We got a surprise for you. I was like, oh shit, I'm scared. Usually, this has happened in every season, including season 1. The first week, whenever I release a new major patch, like a new season, it's always a shit train. We typically run betas here on this channel, like testing the new season for like a week or 2, right? But we are so many people here. We are like at best 20 persons trying the bot at one time. That's a different story once you hit the launch button and suddenly hundreds of players across like several streams start to discover stuff and combinations, right? And then suddenly there is like a million things broken that we never figured it out here on beta testing. So the first week is usually like very... Vamos abajo, Sphinx. It's very sweaty. Lots of hot fixes, lots of broken things. It happens with major studios, it happens with the small studios. It sure as hell has happened to me too. Even though it's a very simple game, there is a lot going on in the background. Bugs are inevitable. That's what I learned. And it's another reason why I wanted to make a launcher for Season 5, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go that far. Mostly to avoid the situation of having to re-download patches, like manually from the website every time. It will be like a launcher that auto-downloads and auto-patches. It will be maybe a bit overkill, to be honest. Oops. But yeah, bottom line, feedback is the single most valuable thing. Well, I will probably keep going on your way in Season 5 as well when I notice anything. Yep. Arbut. You can already see in this channel a couple of early Season 5 characters. How many hours have been going the stream? 42. Okay, we need to restart the streaming very soon because Twitch only allows me to stream for 48 hours. That always sucks. That blue guy from, is that Season 5, I think? Yep. It was a character request, but because he's a Final Fantasy character, I'm adding it to the roster of Season 5, same as I did Torgal. It got... So I take character commissions, right, for 50 euros. It can be about anything, even like non-Final Fantasy. Polaris requested both the Dark Invoker, which is going to be available also in Season 5, and that Seymour Omnis. If Attila is around, he also requested Pupu. You're a really good battle, no? Wish I had those in the runs more often. Oh, is that character? Damn. Oh, me tu bom. ¿Qué pasa, Sphinx? ¿Qué dices? Oh, Sphinx. Let's go. Once we get closer to release, 1 week or 2 before Season 5 launches, we're gonna be running a beta here on this channel. That will be the best spot to try all the broken things. Nothing that happens during that beta carries over. It's something I will need help with, though. If there is anybody who is good at video editing, or can do like a simple 1-minute trailer, or 1.5-minute trailer, or so, I just don't know how to do video editing at all. Ideally, in a perfect world, the Season 5 will come with a trailer. It will mean the world to me if somebody could help me with that. And that's not me, unfortunately. I have no clue about that. Me and you both, mate. What? Control it. What? Oh no, that was weird. And then oh, absolutely, yeah. No, it's been absolutely mostly positive reception, mate. And to be honest, I love the aspect of, you know, like people pushing it to the limit too. I never expected a game that I would make would, you know, be receiving that type of attention or that type of like love for the game. That has been incredible, dude. Has been, I think, has been like the best season so far. Not only by the sheer amount of players and, you know, like streamers using it, but I think it's right now in a very good place. You know what's funny about FFbot? The Square Enix doesn't seem to mind it, in the sense that last year when I was running FFbot, right, I did apply for one sponsorship where they gave me Octopath Traveler 2, and they gave me the game, they gave me the sponsor. So at least somebody in the marketing department of Square Enix saw the FFbot in action. At least one person, right? Nobody raised that concern or anything, so, eh? Not to say that, you know, maybe they actually don't like it or anything, but I think as long as the game doesn't make any money, it's all fine. Probably fine. The important bit is money should not be involved in FFbot in any way. No Patreon, no nothing. Nothing tied to subs, nothing tied to beats, nothing tied to Twitch trains, nothing. Pure fun game. Yeah. It's also why when I approached the top 3 streamers on Season 3, right, for their special characters, which what they wanted to request, I did ask it, please do not ask for characters that, you know, are very heavily copyrighted, such as like Disney characters or like real persons or, you know, stuff like that. Like, let's not add Justin Bieber to the game. What? No Justin Bieber in FFbot? What? You fucking kidding me, streamer? Unsub it, unsubscribe it, uninstall it. I wanted him on the bot. No. Maybe on Season 69, mate. I'll add him and Rebecca Black. Every time she deals the final hit, it plays the song, it's Friday, Friday. Alright, menu time. Oh, well, I made a blunder earlier. Good thing nothing bad happened. I do like the idea of characters' interactions, like combination style from Suikoden, but with many characters trying to trade unequally, that's probably not feasible. That Metako requested on Season 3, and it was my idea to explore that. But it's the unfortunate reality is it's a bit too much. Usually, that's something I can do maybe when I don't have like a lot going on. Ideally, I would like it to be like a global mechanic, not like a season mechanic, you know? Maybe I can add it to a few characters, you know, here and there. But obviously in a perfect world, I will have all the time in the world to add all the mechanics that I want and all the... with all the foresight in the world and all that, right? And I will do all that. That's a mechanic that I always thought it was like a great idea. But it's unfortunately too much. Oh, I should have gotten a random battle Oopsers Poopsers. Can I? Not anymore. So to come out with a stuff that could be a combination would require a lot of time. That's usually my favorite part though. Making a bot, coming up with kits. Oh fuck, pick this again. Okay, we need to sell one yellow scarf again. Sometimes in good days I can... if I put like 12 hours into coding one day, maybe I can get done 3 characters or so. Sometimes I just go all in. Start like if Eiko and Garnet have full me breaking it at the same time, there's Summer Alexander. But then you will have to make a mechanic that withholds ATV, and that's complicated the way, you know, the ATV system and the turn queues work at the moment. Not impossible at all, right? If I put enough time, I will be able to do it. But it boils down to like all the same. It takes a long time. Good Lancer. But that is the fun of it. You have place to figure out how to do it. The Bethesda style. I release a broken ass game. I just let the players to fix it. I wonder if one day we're gonna see a mod on FFbot. Yeah, I'm all out for it. If somebody wants to modify my shit, you go for it. If anything, I feel sorry that you have to sit down through my shitty coding. Oh god. I don't know why BB was dealing less damage. Oh, you mean like it happened naturally that 2 characters get the same turn? It's so unlikely though. Well, unless, you know, we use charge. It will not be impossible to implement. I will just need to like edit the core of the game for that. But it's not on the scope at the moment. Yeah, I guess that is true. I hope you guys are ready, mates, because the F6 gauntlet is gonna be the hardest one yet. And longest. I want to experiment with a 90 long stage. Yeah. If it works out, then I will have to update the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to be in the same style. All about experimenting. And if it doesn't work, then we'll downsize it to be like the other ones. That's typically what ends up happening in the 2 weeks of beta that typically we run here. That's when the feedback is the most important, or things like that. The vast majority of the buffs and nerfs usually happens during those 2 weeks too. That's alright. Different routes through the gauntlet. That could be. Well, the reality is, so I'll explain more how, like, what I mean. So typically I usually put just the bosses, right? With the exception of FF10, which just didn't have enough bosses compared to the previous 3 games. FF6 I'm pretty sure is not gonna have that issue. How I wanted to add more encounters is to actually put the random encounters as you advance through the story, as you will normally encounter them too. It's what I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna be like a well-received mechanic or not. That's where the testing comes from. Encounters are easier than bosses? Yes. It will be slightly faster. Similar to how they are in the FF10 gauntlet. You can just kill them very fast. Well, if you are not New Game Plus 700, that is. Very fast. Isn't... right? Yeah, 30% buff is huge for the team. Plus we copy it with Gogo so much. That again. Oh, yeah. That's funny. I thought Ash was gonna be one character I was never gonna see in any like pro team comp. Certainly not like a super popular character. Imagine my surprise when I saw her and being like part of the core pushing team. Yeah, makes sense. I believe I'm gonna be missing AP here and there, unfortunately. Now, let's fully heal. Hey Mamba, welcome back. Hi. I believe tonight I'm gonna have some chicken wings. Got the frozen. Well, that's a fucking blunder. Is this the main reason why I'm always missing? Oh well. I think she was supposed to have this before. Now she's missing tons of AP on Fear Killer. Well, that's fine. Start. This battle is going horribly wrong. Oh, come on. No. Not the miss. This battle, mate, has gone so badly. Okay, she'll be over now. I'm gonna need to use the bathroom during the cutscenes. Might lose a little bit of time, that's fine. Fish, he's gone. Baby, who taught you to talk like that? Alright, 1 minute or two BRB, mates. Okay, mates, sorry for the wait, but other wait. I just put some chicken wings on the oven very quickly, and I'm gonna use this chance to take a shower and use the bathroom and all that. Will take me 15 minutes tops, mate. Sorry for that, but yeah, be right back. I'm gonna be pausing the timer too. Alright, let's continue. They need like 15 more minutes, I'll say. Anybody still here? Testing. Who survived the great shower break? Press 1 in the chat. Nobody survived. 8. Okay, lead counts as 8 people. So, yeah, that's a lot of people that you guys survive. Hell yeah. Yo, lead. In Digimon, I got my first ultimate already. I don't remember if I told you. I'm cooking. I figured out how the personality system works and everything. And how to transfer stats between the evolutions. It's coming along nicely. That game is so goated. Ah, so close. I probably missed an input or so. Damn it. Well, let's see if we get the double ole. No ole. No ole today. That's okay because my standard is literally like level 1. Anyways. Cool, use the experience. Alright, I'm gonna heal and let's see if we get a second ole. Yeah, let's we got one ole. Hey PMA, welcome in, sire. And hello, Nogal. This trainer does so much damage this early. Hi, by the way. Well, that was a crit earlier, but basically I have a combination of MP attack, which multiplies the damage by 2, and then Man Killer, which gives another multiplicative 50% damage. And it has Ice Brand. Oh no, sorry, the previous weapon. Diamond's weapon? I don't remember which weapon it was, but to be honest, stats matter very little on this game. The only thing that matters is the type of weapon and the abilities you have equipped. That's what dictates the damage from level 1 to 100. The difference between level 1 and level 100 on a maximum damage possibility is like 2000 damage difference. Oops. It's very little. Stats matter very little. I cannot get on with the FF9 card game. Well, don't worry, mate. I will, so you don't have to. You can just watch and absorb as if you were the one playing. What's the word for that? Immersion? You can just immerse into my playthrough as if you were the one playing it. Yeah, level 1 is very doable on this game. It's not easy for one reason. HP still is a thing, you know. At level 1 you have 50 HP. That matters. But it's not impossible. There is people who has done level 1 on this. And you know, they still deal like 4000 damage at the end. And so, because, you know, the level doesn't really affect the damage all that much. Yeah, optimize. Somebody has something they shouldn't. Power belt and scarf, okay. Experience with it is you lose. Yep, that sums it out, right, mate? You got bad luck. Well, skill issue. There is a lot of RNG, unfortunately, on the card game on this. You're gonna see me losing cards too. They do like really bad rolls. Kinda like the nature, but in a way, I kinda like it too. I wish there was a little bit less RNG. Like RNG matter a little bit less. That I wish, but you know, you can mitigate some of that. Oh, actually, I messed up. The CPU plays the biggest card and wins the fight and triggers the biggest fuck off combo and wins. Yep. Now the chances of that happening are low, right? The fact that can happen is egregious, but at the end of the day, the chances are low. So what you are doing during the card game is mitigating as much as possible the lag. Like if you play right by the cards, you try to get as little rolls as possible and always have them in your favor, and not give the chance to your opponent to that, which is easier said than done. It's not like impossible. I mean, it is impossible to avoid 100%. But if in this spot you have 50% chance of a bad roll, and in this other spot you have a 35% chance, then you always are aiming to like the lower chance, you know. But that also means that, you know, sometimes no matter what you do, even if you play perfectly correctly, you're still gonna get screwed with. That's just, you know, that's just the game being the game. And that will happen to me quite a lot. I'm also not the best player either. I tend to play very reckless. I mean, those who have seen my old cards Final Fantasy VIII have seen me how reckless I play in the card games. And before starting the fight, I'm gonna go check if my chicken wings are done. They should be by now. 1 minute maybe. I'm back. Not gonna lie, I still don't like the smell of these chicken wings. Let's give that a try. Actually, this is not bad. I think it's just the grease outside. Whatever adobo can use him. Oh, the wings are actually pretty nice, mate. I'm really finished. Not very often I eat chicken wings. It's not my favorite type of like part of the chicken, but and every now and then it just hits the spot. What you miss? Hazard. Animation is so cool. Look at it. Wow, well the music is just going to places here. Start. One Blizzard, please. Another Blizzard, please. Thank you. And to finish it, boom. 1 minute. Hopefully, I mean, when I'm playing here that these wings don't tell badly on my stomach. Smell was a bit funky. The flavor was alright though. I just attached the smell to whatever adobo was on it, but I'm hoping I don't become sick here. I'm missing Flea. Yeah, man. Alright, I'm missing 1 AP on Flea. That's okay, I'll learn it later. Oops. Oh, wait, we need to form a new party, mates. Join. Everybody join, come out of lurking and join. And then say hello. So I don't get too bored, mates. In that order. Explode down. Guys, I see no hellos in chat. What the heck? Where are my hellos, mate? I don't see no hellos. Holy shit, the chat has died today. That doesn't happen very often during these marathons. You know, I feel like playing some Street Fighter 6 tonight. And probably get destroyed because I'm still on the placements for my master. Placements as in my MMR still going up and down rapidly. Last I played I was on 1500 MMR. But I'm hella rusty since, so likely gonna go down. Alemat, thank you so very much for your follow on Twitch. I appreciate it. So, man, oh, give me a second. I actually need to clean up the table for this. I need my keyboard. My dinner. Alright. The reason I need a keyboard is because it's very difficult to do this trick with a D-pad. It's just easier with keyboard. I don't know if it has something to do with how the game is coded or if it's just a hardware thing, you know, it's just easier to do it on keyboard. I think it's a mix of both. You know, keyboards are meant to be mashed at high speed. D-pads, I don't think they're kinda made to be mashed. At least not the PS5 controller D-pad. So the traction is not great if you want to mash it. The Cloud of Darkness. Dude, it's been a while since we saw the Cloud of Darkness. That's a custom character too, that Polaris requested. Season 3. And made it into the game. Wait, no. It wasn't the Cloud of Darkness, it was Junaleska. Lady Junaleska. I mean, I really did not like that chicken wings all that much, not gonna lie. I'm seriously worried they might fuck up my stomach now. I hope not, because my stomach is not in perfect shape either. Lately. Anyways, we still have it. Okay, we'll have the dagger later. It's actually me undercover using my wife account. Oh, okay. See. I was like, wow, he's really into it. He's catching stuff now. Right, that's fine, I guess. As long as he's not like super present to the point that he's taking away spots from other players, it's fine. Trying to hell with bot, yes, thank you, mate. Use responsibly though. If you notice that we have a lot of players in the chat and we're reaching like 11 players consistently during that day, try to not use the multi-account. Well, use it after we are 11, you know. Like let the real players join in, and then once we are 11, then you can make it join. But you know, in situations like this where the chat is kinda dead and all that, it's fine. You can bring it. It helps. Thanks for that, Gilgamesh. Oh, and there is the losses. It's a raider! Oh, thank you for joining the raid from 2 hours ago, Aloses. I can only use even home also not really that often. That's fine. You are cool, Gigamesh. Dude, you have been an enjoyer on FFbot since pretty much like pre-seasons, right? Like before even season 1 began. Same as Polaris and Triplot. Kinda addicted, yeah. Love to see it. Well, I mean, addiction is a bad word, right? But love to see it, you know what I mean? Like, I love to see people is enjoying my shit. Kinda enjoyed it, yeah. Not too much, not too little. Just kinda, you know. It's just liking it enough. Let's not get too crazy. Terminas. Poor Gilgamesh, I'm putting him on the spot. What plan do you have for your wife account? As in, like, what type of character or build are you aiming at? Bottom build. That is a top tier character this season. I'd say he's probably top 3. Lacking healers at the moment, yeah. Yeah, that has happened a lot in this channel, right? Other than Attila, PMAs sometimes. How are other dedicated healers? Yo, speaking of Attila, is there? Razim, if you're still here, that's another preview of another season 5 character. Pupu, I think will change a little bit before season 5. Hello, Attila. I think Pupu could use a little bit of a buff. A little bit of a change too. Something more interesting and unique. Right now he's using other kids' characters, but a little bit on his way, right? In a way that no other characters can use it. But the end result is, you know, at the end of the day is reusing other kids' character. Just more focus on healing and support. So I think we can make it a little bit more special. Once I begin actual development on season 5 towards December, like late November, early December, that's when I'm gonna start to, like, I have on my document notes plenty of rewards plans for like many old characters, right? I can probably include Pupu over there and take a second look. Because I focused, the thing about Pupu is I didn't focus too much on his kit. I focused mostly on the sprite, on the drawing, and you know, the looks of a Pupu, which came out amazingly. I just think his kit is just not very interesting. Yeah, I know, Attila. No. I also want to make it better too. I just legitimately feel he's lacking. Not lacking, I mean, he's perfectly useful, right? He's probably, in fact, I would say probably he's somewhere in the top 20 of on the bot in terms of utility. Somewhere around there. But it's just not interesting. I can do better on a second look. Again, it's just because I mostly focused on the sprite and the drawing of the character itself than I focused on the kit. Seymour 2, the Seymour Omnis also could use just a little bit change too. I don't want to nerf him or buff him. I think he's fine balance-wise. I just think he's not interesting enough. He have a good kit, but yeah, he's like 2 characters combined. Yeah, but at the same time low potencies, so you cannot rely on his heals. So that's why I consider him like balanced. I just think outside of this stream nobody will ever use Pupu because he's just not interesting. That's the issue that I want to tackle. Yo, Triplot, you did it! Hell yeah, mate. How was your run, dude? We are just talking FF bot. Yeah, we said can have money break and hell amount for pure porn is way higher. Yep. Don't worry, Attila, leave it on my hands. I will make it good. Hello was ass. Slightly different route stuff. Okay. But was it to be ass or Sagi ass? Because if it is to be ass, F keys. Yeah. The sprite itself took like 3 hours to draw with all the animations and all that. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite parts too. I like designing kits and drawing sprites. I'll just say to be a big ass, fat ass, present and omnipotent. Unavoidable ass in your face. Welcome in, Triplot, and thank you for your wraith. Hopefully you can get runs going soon with the new route. Listen, now I know what I need, where I'm gonna write my own notes soon. I can grind. There you go. If I can help with that, let me know. I am known for making great notes, great guides. As in, I make them for brain dead people like me, so I can actually use them. Meaning no fluff, no fuss, no overly text, just symbols and easy to understand words. So you can at a glance see what you have to do in 1 second. All potions. I don't have echo screens? No way. Eye drops? No. What? I don't have anything. Are you serious? It's because I didn't reorder the items, right? There you go. I still don't have any. Lol. You will find the ogre, iron javelin, mithril, lightning. I'm gonna show you my notes very quickly. FF9. Now these notes are actually not 100% mine. They're 90% done by CEO, 10% by me, but I'm gonna show you a few more examples. So this is not a good example, right? They're not 100% my notes. But to show some notes, Boom. You can see exactly what you have to do at every step. You can see by the colors what do they mean, what do you have to do and when. Cross, for example, this looks confusing as fuck, but that's just because the game is confusing as fuck. It's tour by tour what you have to do. These are one of the ones and the most put out, the Dragon Quest 8 ones. It's exactly which sets you have to pick, when, and the order of things that you have to do. There is tables of experience and what you have to spend on every experience, images for the bosses, how much speed they have, round of attacks, and what you have to do in case one round doesn't go wrong and doesn't go right. What you have to do in purple, what you have to sell, when, where you have to equip it, and when. Again, tables of experience. This is one of the chunkiest battles in the entire game, which is why it has like so much going on. So they're designed so you can look for 1 second where you are and what you have to do, and understand perfectly, so you don't have to spend time thinking. Dragon Quest 11. I actually made Dragon Quest 11 notes, lol. Back when this game came out. It reached super far. 100% notes? What is this? Yeah, what was this? It was probably years ago. FF6 notes. Oh, wait, I already saw it those, right? The FF10 notes. You're gonna be surprised by something. I actually made images so I can tell right away where do I have to move and all that. So I don't have to think about it. I know I have to move the analog from here to here and get these 2 notes. Yeah, it gives later on. So I move from here to here, get those 2. Move from here to here, get these 3. Lulu, boom, here, boom, get that. This one is a picture taken from Flower's Worm. This one is not mine. But that's the idea. I just put more work into my notes than I put on like actually speedrunning. Is this making sense? Oh shit, man. This was one of my early notes. Oh god, on Resident Evil 1. Look at this mess. Okay, this one was bad. No has many percent. I don't remember routing this, did I? I did? Holy shit. I'd rather have to Traverse Town, lol. This must be like 2012 or 13. Like a solid 12 years ago. This is bad too. This is the early. If I know limits, I'm pretty sure this is bad too. No, actually this is decent. No, actually these are bad. Look at this. There's no way to tell what's going on here. This requires you to sit down and read what you have to do. I avoid that these days. Holy shit, I routed all the way to the end. Jesus Christ. No limits. FF1, these ones took a lot of work too. But I will need to like extract it. It's basically just like 30 images with every single map in order what you have to do in every map. What is this? Look at Anne's figure. Oh, this is 10-2? It routed 10-2 a little bit? No way. How far did I reach? Callan, Stanarkan. Okay, only chapter 1 where I gave up. This was my early days too. You can tell this is kind of like my style, but not quite. Still shaping. I don't have my FF9. Now these were my actual first set of like good notes with my current color key that I use to this day to understand what I have to do at each stage. Now my current one is a bit better, but I don't do that much routing these days. So it's how I'm fairly sure mates. Wait, did I push my notes? Seriously. It's how somebody who is like an idiot like me who can do. It's how an idiot like me can get decent times, really. I'm trying to say. A good skill, no. By just having to not think at all. We got. Clock? Did I got it? Got. Was mages hat times magic armlet? No. As armlet. Buy another one using case. A bone race, we already got it. Magic armlet. Okay, this is where I stop it. Menu, mage hat. This is a bit different to do this past menu. Mostly because I don't have notes for PC and the menus on PC are different. I'm stubborn. I just try to memorize stuff so I don't look away from the game as much as focus. Sometimes I just need the stuff for notes for stuff. Yeah. No, I get it. It was the same to me with FF8 back then. Right? I just knew the game so much at that point after so many runs that I didn't need any notes. And I still don't need any notes to this day. But as I started learning more and more notes and more games, I noticed that I needed to have like really well developed notes because my tiny brain just cannot handle all that. But there is like people out there with like massive more memory than me. Probably might be like better in that regard than me. So you don't really need like super out of pocket notes like I do. Mine are designed so I can come back in 6 months and still do excellently. Easy to read, easy to follow. No fast, no rush, no bam. CEO is a great note maker too. I have massive respect for CEO. You guys should check some of his stuff. What is this encounter, mates? What is this? Oh, thank God for that miss. That would have been a terrible time loss. Where are my desert boots? I never crafted them, did I? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna take the time loss. It's fine. This menu is kind of important, sorry. I forgot to craft a few things. Cannot reach after I boasted so much about how good my notes are, mates. And then I forgot to look at them. Not to worry. It's all fine, mates. I'm just taking a little bit of a detour here. Mate, I don't know if there is ever gonna be a good moment to use that Warmon emote, but I can guarantee you this moment was the moment to use the Warmon icon. And it just fits perfectly. Here's to your brother, mate. Alright, I pick it up. First this, almost more important than the menu itself. And then we do run to... Oh my god, man. Let me fucking dagger. Where's my faking mod? I have a mithril dagger. Me? What is going on? Did I redo this menu proper? Page master. Oh, I skipped all of this, eh? The daggers, Gladius. Have to say, I didn't do this either. Well, the menu is absolutely horrid right now, but that's fine. Butterfly. Give me 2 deserts. And a coral ring. Even do a coral ring. I don't even know. I can't because I'm missing a line and stuff. Are you serious? That means a whip. No? This menu, man. This menu. I just did like half of it and call it a day. Guess that means I buy him Time Stranger this month instead of Christmas, maybe. Keep commissioning your brother, mate. Oh wow, what a nice side trip, mates. Oof. Don't worry, mate. That looked like a side quest, but no, it's part of the speedrun, mates. Don't worry about it. This was all made for RNG manipulation, right? That's what it is. RNG manipulation in FF9. Okay, so was I? Then we do this now. Desert boots. Up the magician shoes, please. I should have sold those desert boots, but whatever. I keep seeing this Chinese woman who cosplays and does a juggling performance where she juggles 3 apples and eats them at the same time. So I think to just watch her. The juggling, you mean? I don't blame you, mate. Everybody likes some juggling on Chinese woman. Are you serious? Oh my god! I forgot to heal too. Alright, what's it gonna be? I need to do this in a very specific order, or else I'm in trouble. This is for the love of the game. Oh, I see. Okay, I thought you meant another type of juggle. Earthquake, that's adorable. Hope you enjoyed your last turn alive. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Ah, why? Zidane, no! Why are you trancing? Yes, son of a bitch. Literally useless trance. It did not do or benefit in any way, shape or form in this battle. Minus what? How is he alive still? Excuse me? Okay, there's definitely something wrong with my menus. And I think it's BB's stuff. What's wrong with BB? He was not dealing the full damage there. Could be dealing 1500. Ice staff, mage, magician. Okay, no, he's fine. Rune tooth. He's supposed to have rune tooth. Where's my rune tooth? What is going on in this run, mate? Oh, I know where my rune tooth is. Unfortunately, this is too big to ignore. I can't go again. It's fine, mates. It's fine. It's all fine. Nothing is burning around us. Our house is not on fire, mate. Everything is fine. It's fixable. Don't you worry. We might be overcooking here a little bit. We might be, you know, eating case cooking dinner tonight. But, you know, it's fine because we're gonna be fed up at the end of the day. We're gonna be hopefully not food poisoned. And everything is gonna be fine and solved. We're gonna get our rune tooth. We're gonna get our AP correctly. We're gonna be getting our menus done. And we're gonna have an anecdote. We survived case cooking food today. Hi people, and I'm back cooking again. And today we are gonna be making a spaghetti. Right, as you can see. Alright, we're gonna be making rune tooth. That's what we're gonna be making. God. Oh my god, should I make few gamers for my channel? That's up to you, dude. I think objectively speaking, you should make icons that you know it's gonna get people subbed to you. Unfortunately, subbing on Twitch doesn't add a whole lot other than skipping ads. And you're not gonna be getting much out of the subs. So to get people subbed to you, you need to add value in your emojis. Okay, if you just want emotes that you want to use yourself, then probably sounds good. You need to have super zoomed in K though. Does Rafa know case cooking? I would have to, but you know I'm always food like a baboon. I cannot afford games, I cannot barely afford food. I cannot afford my PSN subscription either. I cannot even afford Xbox Pass. Otherwise I will save to you, and I will leave it there for years likely. If money was not a factor in my life. Yeah. Hi people, and I'm back cooking again. It has lost a lot of her charm. I kinda liked it when it was like absolutely scaff cooking. It still is kind of a scaff cooking, but that's it, like kind of a scaff, you know? It's always the same kind of a scaff. But back then she was just trying to figure out all these Chinese recipes and all that and do like some insane out of pocket stuff. Those were the good videos. Also these days she feels like she has like no energy whatsoever when making the videos. She suffers from a lot of things. She suffers from arthritis, that I know. She sounds super depressed. When she cooks, she's always cooking on a chair, so I would imagine like overweight being like a big factor. You know, super low energy in general. It's a bit sad, to be honest. Take her out about it. No, don't do that, dude. No. I mean, you can... I think that the best approach is if you ever see her, right? An approach, hey, I see all your videos, I love your videos, please keep it up, and then ask for a photo. That's the best. Yeah, I love your videos, me and my friends sometimes watch you, wish you the best, can I make a photo? That will make her day, I'm sure. Hey, it is true, she mentioned in a few videos some time ago that she's suffering from arthritis, and you can tell by the way she cut stuff, and the way she, you know, like moves food around on the pan. That's something that's gonna happen to all of us eventually, most likely. I think she just got it early. Because I don't think she's that old, right? She might be on her 50s, but I don't think she's pushing the 60s just yet. Garnet, move, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. I raise hand, nothing made, or something she can just be agony. Damn. Wait, you got arthritis for real? That is definitely uncommon at your age. That's some bad RNG you pull it. I heal really quick, but ever since I have more and more problems, damn. I already mentioned this on stream a few times, but I also do have early carpal tunnel syndrome on my right hand. Mostly just because of all the years of speedrunning. So even when I play games, like let's say Devil May Cry, I tend to be fucked up, like for a couple of days afterwards. Like actual pain on the wrist and discomfort. It is the main reason why I don't run any games these days that don't allow me to use turbo. Because I just can't. Like, you know, it would be impossible for me to do Final Fantasy 8 or Final Fantasy 9 or Final Fantasy 7 without turbo. No, without sacrificing like a few days of pain. And unfortunately, carpal tunnel is an extremely common thing amongst speedrunners. You always have to be careful about it. I'm massing too much, yeah. This is a very common ailment. For example, I am using turbo right now. It's fine if it is used sporadically and every now and then, right? But again, that requires you to like mass for hours. Like Devil May Cry, for example, or speedrunning Final Fantasy. Nah. We have Flea already. Let's get one encounter with Flea and put back the power belt. Yeah, 10 is definitely not bad across the massing ones. You don't need to mass too hard. It's only, to me, it's only bad whenever I mass hardcore, like actually, you know, vibrating the arm and vibrating the hand. Like when you're actually trying to go for good time, so you mash. I also developed this technique. This one was taught me by Deathstone, but there is it's called the nail strat. You can hear it, testing. Let's see if the mic is picking it up, but basically it allows me to like mash really hard without mashing. It's basically rubbing my nail, the back of my nail, back and forth on the button. I'm an expert on doing that. If I start running 9 like I want at some point, I will use turbo. Yeah, that's a good thing. Most of the Final Fantasies allows turbo. I'm pretty sure it's because this early carpal tunnel has been a concern for so many runners by now. I'm pretty sure I'm far from the only one. So I always been like pro turbo. I never really started war or anything. It just kinda happened naturally. It just started allowing turbo in every leader war. Little by little, more people started to vote yes to that. It's a good thing. I remember seeing a long time ago people complaining about the turbo, yeah. Me included, to be honest, back in the early days. You know, turbo was kinda like, oh my god, you have like no skill, come on, mass, dude. It was a very was a very different age on speedrunning. It was definitely more elitist. I would definitely look down on people who would use turbo back then, like 12 years ago. Okay, no life. I really have like no Phoenix Downs. I do have 24. Give me another battle, come on. Don't forget to read your nose too much. Alright, mate. See you later. I definitely was a bit more toxic, speedrunning wise, back in the day. But that's because mostly there was like 10 runners or so, right? So if anybody started to go out of the norm and start introducing like new things, or we should have like a new rule or whatever, I was mostly like, what's the need of it, you know? Just adapt to the rules, dude. But it's over the years, you know, that I started to understand more and more and more. Yeah, like there is a value to having more to choose from. There's a value to, you know, like bringing in commodities to speedrunning. There is a value to allowing certain things. There's a value in separating leaderboards for this and that, you know. But 2012 and 2013, 2014, where it was just like a different era for speedrunning. You know? Not that I will oppose to people doing whatever they wanted. I just internally think that what they bring or what they suggest is just stupid. These days I have no fight on me, to be honest. If somebody wants to break new rule sets for Final Fantasy 9, 7 or 8, I will go like, go ahead and ask the community, dude. I don't care. But mostly because probably I just don't have any more fight on me. I just care less what others do or don't. Does that make any sense? Not that it matters much because I have very little speedrunning presence anyways. In 2025. Level 15. Fuck, we got 2 level 15s. Are you serious? Okay, we don't have a great level for the incoming battle. See if we get lucky or not. Only Zidane really needs the AP, so that should be fine. Check my bone armlet. Okay, we need to sell 1 bone armlet and 1 yellow scarf whenever we get a chance. That. We get the first turn. We might, and we will. Hell yeah, mate. We might be finishing FF9 for today very soon. Which today has been very little Final Fantasy content, only 5 hours. Normally I go 8 to 12, but I just got a lot going on during this morning. I'm absolutely exhausted beyond belief. I even have to delay the start of the streaming, not to make an excuse, just explaining why today it's been a little bit shorter than the other days. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, we'll save, and then we'll start winding down, I think. Okay. Back, mates. Oy. Why's my chair so cold? It shouldn't be cold. By the way, how many hours are we on stream? 45. We should restart the stream very soon. Twitch doesn't allow me to stream more than 48 hours in a row. We have to like quickly restart the streaming. And going offline and online right after. You know what, let's finish these 2 before ending. I'm extremely tired right now, but I know it's gonna be a really uphill battle tomorrow if I leave the end of the Dis 2 and the Dis 3 beginning for the morning. So let's keep going a bit further. And look, was drifting like crazy. Are Rico's things? I gave her a treat of salmon. Make some wet food with salmon. Hasn't got one of those in a couple of weeks. Usually I give her like more like jelly treats and small treats, like snacks. But this time it was like a food well can of like salmon. And she usually, you know, whenever she's eating the treats and I say, is that Rico's things? Like it's Yami's things? Like I ask her if it is Yami, she just goes like but she's so focused on the food right now that she's not even replying to me. We need more of those icons made of cats sniffing the camera. Those are the best. Those are my absolute favorite ones. Cats everywhere. My life is dominated by cats, not gonna lie. My cat is just my everything. There are 2 things that are my everything in life, is both my father and my cat. It almost is like my baby. Oh, fuck. Gonna miss. I'll take 20, I'll do it. Wow. Dude, already 1 cat takes so much work. I don't know how you handle 3. Don't I have high potions? Yes, I do. Repeat. 2 means repeat. How's the poop control with 3 cats? Because it's already difficult with 1. Normal, they have been trained very well. Hey, nice. Well, my cat rarely does it outside of the litter either, but You know, I still have to clean it up immediately. Actually, not much wet food. Wet food is... I don't know, the experts are not agreeing for what I've seen. A lot of experts say that cats should eat like wet food like every day, and many experts say that it should be just like a treat every now and then. Fucks up their intestine, or they can get too used to it and like, you know, rotten their teeth. I got no idea. I just prefer wet food like every now and then, every few days or so. Wet food was a major issue in the past, completely abolished. What happened? I actually don't know about that. What happened? Or you mean in your house? Like an issue in your house? Oh, last things? Meow. That was rico. Just for pets. Yeah, mostly vomit and there. Oh, I see. Yeah. Luckily, I don't have issues with my cat like that. I mean, she vomits maybe like once a month or so, right? But as far as I know, that's absolutely normal for cats. Like the purge. And usually whenever she pukes, she does it in like 2 batches. Like, she pukes like once, and then like 10 seconds later another time. It's like systematically. Ever since I had her. She never puked once or 3 times. She always pukes twice. Yeah, mostly vomit on the area. No matter kind of brand it was, carpet and sofa were the targets. Yeah. Carpet is a gigantic issue. My floor is carpetless. Just stone cold floor. But, well, not stone. Granite. But still, you know. Yeah. Oh, meow. Wife adores carpets. Oh god, bad combination. In general, carpets and cat is just a bad combination. It just takes one accident, one day. Your cat might be the best, fluffy thing, well-behaved ever, but at least once a year it's gonna pee somewhere where it shouldn't. And that can ruin an entire carpet segment. That's just so difficult to clean. Most likely, yeah, randomly, just cat accidents. Heavy to carry. That's life, to be honest. Even if you have kids, they're also gonna have accidents, you know, and ruin their beds or ruin their clothes or like whatever. That's just life, really. Every now and then, they're just gonna have accidents. Yo, welcome back, Triplot. You got your foods? I was just telling Triplot that we need more of these icons of cats sniffing the camera. I'm getting curious about the camera. Yeah, I got PC and orange juice. Let's go. Dude, the chicken wings I made earlier, I'm 50-50. I think they were off. I'll have a look. Don't take it as go find icons for me or anything like that. That's not what I meant. More like maybe tonight we can go and check out the 7TV library and maybe add a couple during the winding down. I only mentioned that because I know you're like super on top of the 7TV activity on my channel. God. Wait, that didn't go down here. Oh god. Alright, let's go. Rant. I knew I was gonna get a preventive. Give me one encounter here, Mr. Game, please. Ninjetsushi, thank you very much. Welcome in, mate. Welcome. Oh, Pyra, Cura. One thing I wonder, mates, is if I should do more developer streams. Once the marathon is over, that is. I typically just develop my game completely outside of stream, for the most part, as to avoid spoiling surprises and all that, but I do wonder if I should become like a full-on dev streamer at some points. Because honestly, the viewership wasn't like really bad in the few that I did. Even though I thought it was like the most uninteresting content ever, it was just me coding and talking about philosophy and whatever, drawing. Like I just cannot fathom how somebody can sit down to watch that type of content, but I don't know, I mean some people do, so maybe I'll do more of those streams. The Bish doesn't have a lot of MP, unfortunately, so he can do probably 2 more physical hits, I'll say, before he's out. We can use ethers, like fuck it. We're here for all cars anyways, not for beating Necron. There is one test I would like to do in FFbot tonight, and you guys are gonna help me out testing it. It's a very small idea I got earlier today, of something that should be easy to accomplish. But it should change the vibe of the bot quite a lot. That was a very early encounter. I'm likely gonna be having 2 encounters now. So please game, don't give me 2 encounters, please. I don't have the MP to handle this. Fuck. No 2 encounters? It's cool! The cutscenes are still a little bit too fast. Chat making bread, cat arrive, cat pig, huh? New cat emotes. I don't see them. Let me have to refresh. Oh, still don't see them. You sure you didn't add them to your channel? No, because I used yours on my channel. It's weird, I don't see them. I didn't receive like the notification of like icon added either. We're gonna take a look here in a bit because I'm about to do the winding down. Let's see what's up. Like maybe 70p is kind of like down or whatever. It's just not updating. I didn't get a notification on half of them either. It's weird. It might be 70p pooping. But at least you got the names, so we can just check one by one. The making bread one is good. Oh, it's one of those like the cats making biscuits. Damn. Alright, let's pause there, mates. We're gonna continue playing tomorrow. Already wait. I got like such a hectic day today before the streaming. God. Oh my. Oh. I'm so exhausted. So can you see the icons itself, Triplot? Yeah, see them all. Even refresh it. Which? Same page. See them. God damn, 70p is lagging behind.